What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, October 5th, 2015, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Hopefully everyone had a fantastic weekend. With no shortage of buzz leading into its season premiere thanks to months of unspoofed political theater courtesy of the presidential race, Saturday Night Live returned to boosting ratings this weekend. The 31st season of the NBC show, which featured a guest appearance by Hillary Clinton, rose 13% from the comparable premiere a year ago for a 4.5 overnight rating among metered market households. That's also an 18% boost from the May finale, likely meaning it wind up as the show's most watched episode since January. Hosted by Miley Cyrus, the show nabbed a 2.0 rating among adults 18 to 49 per local people per meters. That's steady with the 2014 premiere showing in the demo's 2.1 rating. Saturday Night Live's hosting roster over the coming weeks also includes a debut on the show for Amy Schumer with music guest The Weeknd and a return from Tracy Morgan. The former cast member has made a few public appearances since a 2014 highway accident that left him seriously injured. And speaking about Miley Cyrus, her band Dead Pets said Sunday they will kick off their limited run club tour November 19th in Chicago. Cyrus and her band will also make stops in New York City, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Philadelphia, and Boston. Tickets go on sale Wednesday at www.livenation.com. Miley Cyrus and her Dead Pets' eponymous debut album was released for free on August 30th, following Cyrus's appearance as the host of the 2015 MTV Video Music Awards. Partridge Family alum David Cassidy has been charged with leaving the scene of an accident, the Brevard State Attorney's Office in Florida announced. The 65-year-old singer and former television star was also cited for allegedly driving his silver Kia Sportage with an expired tag, making a proper lane change and driving with a suspended license. The Sun Sentinel reported the charges filed this week stemming from a September 9th incident in which Cassidy allegedly sideswiped a delivery truck attempting to obscure his license plate and drove away from the scene with a flat tire. Cassidy is due to be arraigned on October 27th. However, his attorney Jason Foreman insisted the entertainer offered his driver's license and registration information before driving to a hospital to make a visit unrelated to the crash. Foreman told the newspaper Friday there's certainly a lot of major inconsistencies in a police report. Robin Williams' widow, Susan Schneider Williams, says she's dropped her petition and settled her dispute with her late husband's adult children regarding his estate. The terms of the settlement are confidential. At the center of the legal battle were the issues of how much money Robin's wife should get from his estate to run their house, and who rightfully owns Robin's bicycle collection, awards, watches, and family photos. Susan said in a statement to People magazine, "While it's hard to speak of this as a win, given it stems from the greatest loss of all, I am deeply grateful to the judge for helping resolve these issues. I can live in peace knowing that my husband's wishes were honored." The lawyer said in additional remarks, Mrs. Williams is able to keep the few emotional items she requested, such as their wedding gifts, selected clothing items, a watch Robin often wore, plus the bike she and her husband bought together on their honeymoon. The Williams children will receive the vast majority of the items they demanded, such as more than 50 bikes and over 85 watches, as well as thousands of never-disputed items like Robin Williams' Academy Award statuette. With an overall estimate at more than $100 million, Mrs. Williams will be receiving only a fraction of the overall estate, representing those funds sufficient to allow her to remain in the home for her lifetime. Meredith Bushnell, the attorney for Zachary, Zelda, and Cody Williams, separately told the publication the children are relieved to have this behind them. The beloved actor and comedian who battled depression for most of his life hung himself in his California home on August 11, 2014. He was 63. Graphic designer Susan Schneider Williams was his third wife. They were married in 2011. Australian actress Emile de Raven has announced via Twitter she is pregnant with her first child. The 33-year-old Lost and Once Upon a Time actress tweeted Friday night, "I want to share some exciting news. Me and at Eric Bilichet are expecting a child. This truly is a dream come true, and we could not be happier." She did not reveal the baby's sex or anticipated date. Bilichet, a writer, director, and de Raven had previously been dating for more than a year. She was previously married to actor Josh Janowicz. Their divorce was finalized in 2014. And speaking of divorce, actor Gary Oldman's divorce from singer Alexandra Edinburgh has been finalized by a Los Angeles judge. After 6 years of marriage, Oldman filed for divorce from the singer, his fourth wife, in January. They separated months before, in 2014. The divorce was made official Tuesday, according to reports. The Oscar-nominated actor has agreed to pay Edinburgh $3.3 million, where he retains the ownership of 2 residencies and several cars. Previously, the Dark Knight actor was wed to model Donna Fiorentino, with whom he had two sons before splitting in 2001. Before that, he was briefly husband to actors Uma Thurman and Leslie Manville. With Manville, Ullman has a son named Alfie. He is currently filming The Space Between Us, directed by Peter Chelsom, and will also appear in Dennis Spencer's Flying Horse, as well as the drama Criminal, which is set to be released next year. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan scored 2 courtroom victories Thursday after a judge sided with the former WWE superstar ahead of his upcoming sex tape trial with Gawker Media. It was a beautiful day, Terry Hulk Hogan Bollea said while leaving the Pinellas County, Florida courtroom. The infamous television personality brought a $100 million lawsuit against the website for publishing a video of him having sex with another man's wife in 2012. Earlier this year, the National Enquirer obtained the video and revealed that Hogan had used racial slurs to describe daughter Brooke Hogan's boyfriend. Those comments led to his termination from the WWE. Hogan and his team blamed Gawker for the leak and filed a complaint in August. Hogan's lawyer, David Houston, explained to Fox 411 2 rulings that recently went in their favor. He said one was discovery, which was us being able to forensically search all of the Gawker Media's computer systems to determine if there was any leak from the National Enquirer and Gawker. The second motion was a motion brought by Gawker consenting to unseal or remove confidentiality aspects of certain discoveries in this case. The court agreed with us on all but one item that it was important to preserve the privacy of a legitimate, then release the information publicly. Again, the judge agreed with the position taken by Bollea and his attorneys. Gawker Media's attorney Mike Berry from the firm Levine Sullivan did not agree with the ruling. He says, given the obvious public interest in this case, it is truly unfortunate that a large number of records remain hidden and that the public is prevented from seeing both sides' arguments and the basis for many of the court's most significant rulings, Berry said in a statement. The public should be able to know what happens in its court. The trial, originally set for July 6, was recently pushed back to March 2016 from its original October postponement date to allow the hunt for the possible leaks to the Enquirer. Television actor Nicholas Brendan was arrested in New York Wednesday after allegedly choking his girlfriend, according to reports. Brendan, who spent a night in jail, was charged with 2 counts of criminal mischief, 1 count of obstruction of breathing, and 1 count of robbery in the 3rd degree, according to People magazine. He has since been released. Bob Gilson, investigations lieutenant at Saratoga Springs Police Department, told People magazine, Wednesday night around 11:30, we got a call from a nice family-owned hotel in town for a reported domestic disturbance. We got to the room and we found a 33-year-old female there by herself, and she reported that she had been in a domestic incident with Mink, and he had subsequently left before we got there. She did not have any physical injuries that we are aware of. The girlfriend alleges that she was visiting Brendan, best known for his role as Xander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, to return his belongings. She claims the actor grew violent when she wanted to leave and even took her car keys and smashed her cell phone in an attempt to get her to stay. After police arrived, Brendan was apprehended a few blocks away from the hotel. Jolson says he was placed under arrest without any incident. The past year has been rough for Brendan, who has been arrested 3 times, twice for trashing hotel rooms in Florida, and once for public intoxication and impairment in South Carolina. In August, Brendan walked off the set of the Dr. Phil show mid-interview after he felt that Dr. Phil went to the jugular. The 43-year-old aired out his grievances on Facebook after explaining his reasoning and how he hoped to improve his life. He says, I'm the first to admit I've messed up a lot, and I've hurt people I cared about and who I cared about. But when I was in that seat, I felt that Dr. Phil went for the jugular, talking about some of my recent mistakes with no build-up. I felt that he wanted to lay the darkest parts of myself on national TV right from the start, and I'm not willing to do that. For those of you who are disappointed by the events of the past week or the past year, I'm sorry. For those of you who have shared your own struggles with addiction and depression, thank you, he wrote, mentioning his fans. He also concluded by saying, "It lifts my spirit to know we are not alone. Keep them coming. I'm sure I'll have ups and downs to come, but I'm hopeful for a bright future." Lee Daniels has posted a public apology to actress and singer Jennifer Lopez for a negative remark made on his show Empire, dissing the star's ability to croon. The filmmaker's explanation comes after a scene from the Fox hit show featuring Cookie, played by Taraji P. Henson, discussing the possibility of her son Hakeem putting together an all-Hispanic group. She said in the episode, "Ain't nothing wrong with a couple of J-Los, as long as they can really sing." Co-creator Daniels took to Instagram Thursday to clear up any misunderstandings about how the show's producers and writers viewed Lopez's talent. He wrote alongside a selfie with himself and the star in question, "I talk to Jennifer all the time about being on Empire. We'd be lucky to have her. She's proven herself as an original, one of the best singers, dancers, and actors of all time." He added in reference to the character's tumultuous history on the show, "Look, sometimes Cookie just says some stupid shit," which he's referring to the character's tumultuous history on the show, which is now in its second season. Lopez does not follow suit with Daniels' public apology by posting her response to social media. Daniels' reference to having the 46-year-old entertainer as a guest star on Empire comes after the announcement of additional cameos. In August, he announced singer Mariah Carey will make an appearance on the show, while singer Tyrese announced he will, too, be a guest star as one of Cookie's love interests. Actress Vivica A. Fox will also guest star as Cookie's elder sister in pursuit of a favor from her estranged sibling. Khloe Kardashian will not face any charges after a nighttime fireworks show over Los Angeles Marina del Rey disturbed nearby residents. The Los Angeles Times reports neither the Kardashian sister nor pyrotechnics operator Stephen Jeffries will be charged for disturbing the peace. The county's district attorney's office reported no evidence of wrongdoing since the summer show was permitted and properly supervised. In August, Kardashian hosted a private party on a yacht to celebrate boyfriend James Harden's birthday. During the event, Jeffries set off a significantly sized fireworks display, which was in line with the law. However, the display took place late at night during the middle of the work week and thus disturbed several nearby residents. Most of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, including Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Kylie Jenner, Tyga, Kendall Jenner, and Kourtney Kardashian, made appearances at the event. Kris Jenner and boyfriend Corey Gamble also attended. The Times reported almost 30 people contacted authorities to complain of the noisy show, which lasted a full 8 minutes. Another caller has reports have described her enjoyment of the surprise show. The LA Fire Department and Coast Guard were both aware and approved of the show, while a fire captain was also said to be in attendance. The DA thus rejected requests for a misdemeanor charge of disturbing the peace. TMZ reports a small group of locals are still pushing a small claims lawsuit due to the alleged disturbance. Keira Knightley's Broadway debut of Helen Edmondson's Therese Raquin had to restart Thursday after a screening fan interrupted the performance, according to reports. The unruly audience member who was sitting in the mezzanine section tried to get Knightley's attention only minutes after the show started by asking the Oscar nominees hand in marriage. Audience members Whitney McIntosh and Casey Bang shared their first accounts with E! News about what happened inside the theater. Banks said, "As soon as the play started, there was a guy who started yelling, 'This was all Looney Tunes.' I turned and noticed that there was a guy hanging off the mezzanine yelling stuff to the stage. Keira, none of this is real. This is all an act. Christ was born a virgin." He kept yelling before ending with the perfunctory, "Will you marry me?" As security escorted the man out, he was able to break free and throw on stage an unusual bouquet of flowers, which lead actor Gabriel Ebert quickly kicked off the stage to the sound of the applause. McIntosh said they let him go briefly, and at one point he was able to toss and turn his bouquet of flowers onto the stage. They made it all the way to the stage from the balcony and landed with a heavy thud, much heavier than a bouquet of flowers would be, which was unsettling and suspicious. After a quick restart with intermission, the play was able to resume uninterrupted. The man was later detained by the NYPD. In a statement, the company that operates Studio 54 said, Roundabouts take the safety of their actors and audiences very seriously, and extra security will be added beginning tonight. For obvious reasons, we cannot commit on the exact nature of the additional security measures. Niley will play the title character in the show, which opens on October 29th, alongside theater actors Gabriel Ebbert, Matt Ryan, and David Patrick Kelly. In a passing to report, actor Alex Giannini, who is featured in the film Legend, died Friday of natural causes, his agent announced on Twitter. He was 52. Giannini's agent, Felix DeWolf, tweeted, "The talented and much-loved actor Johnny Alex died suddenly of natural causes yesterday. Incredible life force has left the building." Giannini died an hour before he was set to take the stage in Mac and Mabel in Plymouth, England on Friday night. The show was canceled shortly before the curtain was scheduled to raise. Theatre Royal Plymouth addressed the cancellation on their Facebook page, saying, "Following last night's announcement, we can confirm that all remaining performances of Mac and Mabel will go ahead as scheduled. Thank you to everyone who was affected by last night's cancellation for your patience and understanding." Giannini will appear opposite Tom Hardy in Legend, the film following the notorious British mobster twins Ronald and Reginald Craig as gangster Antonio Parnigro, a.k.a. Tony Bananas. The film opens in theaters November 20th. The actor played a Spanish officer in Cate Blanchett's Elizabeth the Golden Age and was featured in the television show Dalziel and Pascal. Giannini, however, spent most of his career in theater, with credits in Oh, What a Lovely War and Batman Lives. Taika Waititi, who co-wrote and co-directed the vampire spoof What Would We Do in the Shadows, is in negotiations to direct the third installment of Marvel's Thor movies titled Thor Ragnarok. Chris Hemsworth is reprising his role of the Norse god of thunder. Waititi's emergence as a choice caps off a round of interest meetings that took place over the last month. Ruben Fleischer, Robert Letterman, and Rawson Marshall Thurber were the other directors that were finalists in the gig. Waititi is the latest head-scratcher for Marvel for their pick to direct big-budget extravaganzas, especially one steeped in the Norse mythology and apocalypse myth. Waititi is best known for his comedic work, co-starring with Jermaine Clement in What Do We Do in the Shadows, the well-regarded vampire parody that debuted at Sundance. He wrote and directed episodes of Flight of the Conchords and is a writer of Disney's upcoming animated feature Moana, which stars Dwayne Johnson. While Waititi may not be the obvious choice for a movie such as Thor installment, the kind of outside-of-the-box thinking behind hires like Waititi's has served Marvel well. The studio tapped comedian directors Joe and Anthony Russo for Captain America: The Winter Soldier, a move that turned out so well that the brothers not only directed the third Captain America movie, they are now working on the new Avengers outing. Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn is another example of someone from the fringes that Marvel might bring into the majors. The 80s reboots continue. Following word that 20th Century Fox Television is rebooting the A-Team, CBS is bringing MacGyver back to the small screen, the Hollywood Reporter has learned. Based on the Richard Dean Anderson story that ran for 7 seasons on ABC, the CBS take is describing as a reimagining of the television series of the same name, following a 20-something MacGyver as he gets recruited into a clandestine organization where he uses his knack for solving problems in unconventional ways to help prevent disaster from happening. NCIS Los Angeles R. Scott Gemmell will pen the script and executive produce the CBS television studio drama while staying on board the CBS procedural. Henry Winkler, who has executive produced the original series, is on board to serve in the same capacity alongside James Wan's Atomic Monster head production Michael Clear. Wan, who executive produced Aquaman, Mortal Kombat, and Saw, will executive produce and direct the potential pilot and will seek into TV with the project. CBS is keeping mum on how large of a commitment the new MacGyver series will take, but the network and CBS TVs are said to be very high on bringing back a title from the studio's libraries. Those sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that the network handed out a hefty pilot commitment. The original series ran for 7 seasons and 139 episodes, spanning 2 TV movies on ABC in 1994. Producers Paramount Television attempted the spin-off series Young MacGyver, starring Supernatural's Jarek Padalecki, but that did not move forward. For this part, Wan was attached to direct New Line's long-planned MacGyver movie in 2012. These comes as reboots of film and television franchises continue to be in high demand. Fox also on Friday announced that they will reboot Lethal Weapon for TV. That joins a rapidly growing list of reboots in the works of broadcast networks look for intellectual property with built-in brands recognition in a bid to cut through an original script landscape that features more than 400 series. Fox is ready behind Enemy Lines Training Day is in the works at CBS. The CW is prepping The Notebook and Friday the 13th, and Studio 20th Century Fox Television is shopping a reboot of The A-Team, while Norman Lear is rebooting One Day at a Time, though there is no network yet attached. For its part, Fox has also brought revivals of The X-File and Prison Break in the works after recently rebooting 24. Jonathan Goldsmith, known everywhere as the most interesting man in the world thanks to the appearances in Don Ecki's advertisements, is now facing a breach of contract lawsuit from his former talent agency over alleged failure to pay commissions. States the complaint from Jordan Lee Inc., "There's nothing interesting about being a deadbeat or failing to pay those directly responsible for one's career success." As if it turns out, had Goldsmith landed a role that more accurately portrayed his true character, he would have landed the role in the least honorable man in the entertainment business. The lawsuit filed in L.A. Superior Court alleges that Goldsmith's relationship with the talent agency changed after his wife stopped working for the plaintiff. However, it's not clear when that happened, and Goldsmith, who got the Don Ecki's role in 2006, is said to have, quote, continued paying commissions until November 2014. Now, almost a year later, the plaintiff is going to court for its 10% of ongoing commission from Goldsmith's work. The most interesting man in the world is said to be on track for $929,000 in gross earnings this year from those Don Ecki's ads, passing the $1 million gross earnings mark in 2016. The Hollywood Reporter reached out to Goldsmith's reps and will update any responses. In a recent interview with Flair magazine, Selena Gomez revealed she is embracing being single, especially now that she is prepping for her new album. She told the magazine for its November cover story, "I'm really stoked about being with myself right now." The Good For You singer famously dated pop star Justin Bieber on and off for years before finally calling it quits earlier this year. Now the 23-year-old is on the dating scene, but she's not looking for anything serious. She even joked about staying away from the widely popular dating app Tinder. Gomez said, "I would never go on Tinder. I think it would scare me. I go on dates." She also added, "It's not that difficult. I'm a nice young lady, but that's not my focus," she added with a laugh. Right now, the former Disney star is focused on her music and acting career. She told the magazine she just wrapped filming on 5 movies, including The Revisited Fundamentals of Caregiving and The Big Short, co-starring Paul Rudd and Brad Pitt, respectively. When it comes to music, Gomez explained she executively produced her upcoming album, Revive. She says, "I wanted to make an album rich with emotions. The title of the songs speak to where I am with my life. One is called Kill 'Em With Kindness. Another is called Rise, which is about life, about everything I've been through. Another is called Survivor Revivals. Is the first song on the album. And the first line is, I feel like I'm awakened, the chains around me are finally breaking." According to People, Gomez expressed how self-insurance and the words of a body shamers were a major influence behind the album's message. She recalled what happened a few months ago when people criticized her weight after a photo revealed the singer and her curves surfacing during her time in Mexico. The star responded to negative comments with another photo caption, "I love being happy with me, y'all. Hashtag there's more to love. I was getting criticized because I had gained weight. I was really bummed when I found out all that kind of stuff was going on, and that's when I was like, I'm so tired of feeling like I'm being pulled down by something." Her new album drops October 9th, and Gomez is feeling nothing less than excitement. She says, "My strength is translating emotion because I'm such a feeler. I've felt so much in the past 2 years, from being super in love and then dealing with the things to getting older and all these experiences that were complicated and exciting. That's what I want the record to feel like." A related story, Justin Bieber's old habits may be making a comeback. In a video obtained by TMZ, the What Do You Mean singer is seen apparently drinking Hennessy and smoking marijuana on stage Thursday night at Auckland, New Zealand. E! News reports that an onlooker recorded the artist alongside popular rapper Ray Cimarron knocking back a bottle of Hennessy and taking a few hits of a joint. Bieber posted a video of his stage antics on Instagram, but not any drug or alcohol abuse. He captioned the post, "I ain't got no type, #DrunkJustin. While the artist was in 2014, the artist was arrested and given a DUI while in Miami. He also tested positive for marijuana while being held in custody. Bieber later said he would stay away from the Magic City. The 21-year-old has been trying to repair his image this year and has consistently mentioned his efforts to leave partying behind. In August, Bieber discussed with Z100's Elvis Duran how he plans to do that. He said, "I just want to be around people who I feel are supporting me, uplifting me, and making sure I'm the best version of myself, because there are so many people in this industry who just want to keep seeing me fall." Matt Damon's space drama The Martian is the #1 movie in the North American weekend box office, earning $55 million at the box office during its opening week, Rent-Track announced Sunday. Coming in #2 is Hotel Transylvania 2 with $33 million, followed by Sicario #3 with $12.1 million. The Intern in #4 with $11.6 million, and The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials at #5 with $7.7 million. Rounding out the top tier are Black Mass, which was #6 with $5.9 million, Everest at #7 with $5.5 million, The Visit at #8 with $3.9 million, War Room at #9 with $2.8 million, and rounding out the top 10 movies in the weekend box office, The Perfect Guy at #10 with $2.4 million. Now let's look back at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 2011, Steve Jobs, the visionary co-founder of Apple Incorporation, which revolutionized the computer, music, and mobile communications industry with such devices as the Macintosh, iPod, iPhone, and iPad, dies at the age of 56 from complications from pancreatic cancer. In 1976, Jobs and his computer engineer friend Stephen Wozniak founded Apple Computer in Jobs' parents' garage in Los Altos, California. As Bloomberg News would later note about Jobs, he had no formal technical training and no real business experience. What he had instead was an appreciation of technology's elegance and a notion that computers could be more than just a hobbyist's toy or a corporation's workhorse. These machines could be indispensable tools. In 1977, Jobs and Wozniak launched the Apple II computer, which became the first popular personal computer. In 1980, Apple went public, and Jobs, then in his mid-20s, became a multi-millionaire. 4 years later, Apple debuted the Macintosh, one of the first personal computers to feature a graphical use interface, which allowed people to navigate by pointing and clicking a mouse rather than typing commands. In 1985, Jobs left the company following a power struggle with Apple's board of directors. That same year, he established Next, a business that developed high-performance computers. The machine proved too pricey to gain a worldwide consumer audience. However, British computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee developed the World Wide Web using Next's workstation. In 1986, Jobs acquired a small company graphic studio founded by filmmakers George Lucas and rechristened it Pixar Animation Studios. In 1995, Pixar released its first feature film, Toy Story, the first ever feature-length computer animated movie. It became a box office success and was followed by such award movie hits as Finding Nemo and The Incredibles. In 2006, Walt Disney Company purchased Pixar for more than $7 billion, making Jobs the largest shareholder. In 1996, Apple, which had founded without Jobs, announced it would buy Next and hire Jobs as an advisor. The following year, he became Apple's interim CEO, and under his leadership, a nearly bankrupt Apple was transformed into one of the planet's most valuable corporations. A charismatic, demanding professionalist, Jobs was said to possess the ability to intuit what customers wanted before they knew it themselves. In his trademark jeans and black mock turtleneck, the tech titan turned product launches into highly anticipated events, and Apple introduced a series of innovative digital devices, including the iPod portable music player in 2001, the iPhone in 2007, and the iPad tablet computer in 2010 that became part of everyday modern life. And that was your entertainment report for Monday, October 5th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.